Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to your Week 5 RD FFL Rundown. It's your commissioner live from New York City, trying something a little new this week. Also, this is my third time recording this rundown because my laptop is out of space and keeps telling me it's out of space when it's not out of space. So we're trying something new. Hopefully this works. Also, love this song. Love the Peaky fucking Blinders. Love Thomas Shelby. It's my guy. I could do this all day with the voice like this, but it'd probably be a little annoying. Anyways, let's jump right into our Week 5 rundown. If my laptop ever wants to freaking load, there it is. In our first matchup of the week, it was New Big Pooh Big taking on Team Hannon. Hopefully you can see it. That's the goal with this thing, is you can see me and you can see the screen that I'm looking at as well. It was New Big Pooh Big with a big win. I was very nervous when I saw that DJ Shark Jr. had 2 touchdowns in like the blink of an eye, but then it seemed like Christian McCaffrey took over that game. Pulled out a pretty easy victory here, 167.8 to 144.8. That moves New Big Pooh Big to 3-2. It drops Team Hannon to 2-3. Next up, it was a pretty big margin of victory here. We have McDermott's Hermits taking on Billy O'Hare's questionable decision making. 173 to 125 the final here. Bill, you really only had Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey had 54.3 points, and the rest of your team, nobody else was in 20-point numbers. It was either teens or less, which is never a good sign. So you really only had Christian McCaffrey this week. Everybody else kind of stunk it up. Whereas Boovis had Amari Cooper's 35.5, Matt Ryan's 28.5, Chris Godwin's 28.5. So big numbers there, tough to keep up with. Bill, unfortunately, your 125 was the lowest score of the week. Next up, we have my boy Tyler Prendergast getting his first win of the year. T-Bone picks up that W. He's in the W column now. 143.5 to 131 was the final here. Tyler gets the win over Eddie Morrissey, Frank and Mary's Diner. Eddie's too busy hanging out with Boomer Esiason and not checking his fantasy team. Yikes! Justin Tucker was your third highest scorer here with 16 points. That's never a good sign. Next up in our closest margin of victory this week was Cemetery Slayers with a, 2.8 margin of victory, 2.8 point margin of victory. If you were paying attention in the group chat last night, you would know that TJ thought he had this one locked up, and then Matt Breida whipped out his dick all over that Cleveland Browns defense, put up 32 points there for David. Dave, that makes you 3-2. It drops TJ to 1-4. TJ, just when you thought you had things headed in the right direction, Matt Breida came along. And then last up, it was our game of the week. It was a pretty big upset, if you ask me. It was Dr. Momberg, Phys Ed God, pulling out a 4.7 margin of victory over Tree Kills Childcare. That's a Pat Kaplan team that just dropped to 3-2. That means Steve-O is our only 4-1 team. He's got the best record in the league. Powered by Aaron Jones's 51.3 points, Deshaun Watson 39.5. Those are big numbers right there. Kaplan, I always say that it's never good when your defense is your highest scorer, but the Philadelphia defense beat the piss out of my New York Jets, put up 35 points for you. Just wasn't enough besides that. So those were our Week 5 matchups. We're going to go into our standings up here. We've got in the Corey Union division, New Big Pooh Big and questionable decision making, alone at the top with a 3-2 record. Tied for third place, it's going to be Team Hannon with a 2-3 record, and Frank and Mary's Diner with a 2-3 record. Both of you guys are 1 game out of first place. And in dead last, it's Tyler Prendergast. But Tyler, only 2 games out. You picked up your first W of the year. Nothing to be ashamed of right there. If you can get hot, anything can happen. Over in the Hilltop division, we've got the only 4-1 team in first place. That's Dr. Momberg, Phys Ed God. In second place, it's a 3-way tie between Tariq Hill's Childcare, McDermott's Hermits, and Cemetery Slayers, all at 3-2, all 1 game back in the division. And at the bottom of the division, it's the Main Street Hood Rats at 1-4, sitting 3 games out. If we look at our points for, which is a good indicator of power rankings, although Tariq Hill's Childcare is 3-2 and just lost 2 games in a row, they're still our points for leader by almost 100 points. 897.8. McDermott's Hermits in second with 799. And New Big Pooh Big, yours truly in third place with 726.5 points. And just so Steve-O doesn't bitch and complain, Steve-O, you are a half place out of third place in our power rankings, although you do have the best record. I'll keep saying it. Someone's going to have to beat Steve-O because anytime he's good at something, he doesn't shut up about it. So hopefully someone can dethrone him this week. If we're looking at the bottom of our power rankings, we've got questionable decision making in 8th place with 642.5 points. In 9th place, it's Frank and Mary's Diner, 633.5. And in dead last, it's Eli Mouthbreeze with 611.3. Let's switch back over. We'll get you your week 6 matchups and get you on out of here. So it is going to be Team Hannon at 2-3, taking on Cemetery Slayers at 3-2. We've got the Frank and Mary's Diner at 2-3, taking on Tariq Hill's Childcare at 3-2. That's Kaplan, who's lost 2 games in a row, going up against Eddie Morrissey, who just gave Tyler his first win of the year. We've got questionable decision making, taking on the Main Street Hood Rats. TJ, tough loss last week, looking to get back, looking to get that second win of the year. Billy at 3-2, looking to keep the winning ways going. And we've got Eli Mouthbreeze at 1-4, coming off of their first win of the year, going up against McDermott's Hermits at 3-2. And in your game of the week, I just mentioned it before, I'll say it again, someone's got to dethrone this guy, and it's going to be me. It's New Big Pooh Big at 3-2, taking on Dr. Momberg Phys at got at 4-1. Quick projections, both teams have 11 in the starting lineup, all 660 minutes, and ESPN in their shitty simulator has me as a quick favorite there. So that's your game of the week. So that is all I got for you guys this week. Hopefully with our third time around with the video, it's working. I think TJ, you are the only one who has yet to pay, so please make sure you shoot that $102 over to me as soon as you can. And that's it. Maybe the Jets will get a win this week. You know, it's funny. Tyler, you got more wins than the Jets, baby. Go Ty. Bye, guys.